mall that has it all. We have great food, a relaxing atmosphere, and activities for all ages. Tennis, swimming, and a playground. But the fun doesn't stop after dark. There's even a bar and an arcade. And if you aren't ready to go home yet, we've even got a spacious room for your comfort, complete with air conditioning, Wi-Fi, and a private bathroom. The Toucan Mall can also facilitate your event in our spacious conference hall. We also have a theater with films for the entire family. It's the Toucan Mall located in Amelia's Ward, Linden.
We had a little bit of technicality there. You know, technology and technicality almost go together. You were reading my lips, but you weren't hearing my voice. I hope you're hearing my voice now. But I was saying, you know, the couple told me that they were growing their vegetables. They started a garden growing out of oil containers, oil bottles. And I'm trying to figure out quickly in my mind how they're doing that, you know. So I said, how are you doing that? This is where we get the 5-gallon bottle and cut it in half. No, not half, not cross, down, straight down the middle. And they open it up, and they put holes inside, and they put soil in there, and they got a garden going. And that's because it's concrete, right? So they put the soil in the container and put it on the concrete. Creativity, you know, necessity is the mother of invention, they say, right? So you cannot no longer say to me, you should not say any longer to me that you don't have space in your yard or you can't grow anything because you got concrete. You're buying oil, you're buying all sorts of other things. You know, those same tin cans that you buy, you know, use the containers to grow peppers, to grow, you know, one pak choy could fit in there, or one lettuce. One tomato, you know, a vine of bora can come out of there, right? So there's no more excuse that you have to depend on the farmer to produce your organic soy, organic food. Okay, get all them tins that you throw away, save them. Bore holes at the bottom, tear off the paper, put soil inside, and there you go. You know? So we're giving you ideas, we're encouraging you to farm, and you will save your life and you will save money.
Yes.
Right? And then if every other neighbor does something like that, and then the other neighbor waters the plant, so when the produce comes out, you give the neighbor, looking out for each other. Right? So
organic neighborhood, is that what it's called? Organic neighborhood?
The new organic farming methodology.
Yeah. That sounds good.
I think it's a genius idea.
Yes, it is. Yes.
Everything is recyclable. Yes. You take the cans, instead of throwing them away, you get some soil, you put them in there, and you start your garden. On your veranda, you can do that.
Wow, beautiful. Yeah.
Even on your veranda. Even on your steps. You know, you line them up on the steps. There you go. One row for pak choy, one row for lettuce.
And it's a nice view. You pick your own and taste.
Oh, there's nothing like that. I had a cucumber today, not too long ago.
All right.
I had a cucumber. My wife cooked some same curry.
Same. Wow.
With Edo.
Ooh, wow, that's nice.
Don't you want to rack to wipe your mouth? You're watering your mouth. And I had this. I had with it. This is funny, but it's true. My nurse's mom has a garden at home. Fiona's mom have a garden at home. And whenever she thinks about me, she brings some of her produce, right? It's fairly often. So she brought me some cucumbers. These cucumbers were in the refrigerator over 3 weeks.
Look at that.
And I took one out today. I'm saving them. I don't want to finish them too quickly, right? So I took one out today to eat with my curry same, with Edo.
Yes.
And that cucumber was as if it was picked yesterday.
Look at that, fresh.
Not kidding you.
Oh.
Not a dent on the cucumber, nothing on the cucumber. But when I cut it, like the first one, it had a bitterness inside.
Oh,
That's the organic stuff in there.
natural. Alkaline.
Not a drop of water. Not saggy, you know,
Right.
squingy looking. No, this cucumber was like it was picked yesterday. So I knew right away that that was organic.
Yeah.
You put an ordinary cucumber in there, you pull out a bag of water. Within 3 days, right? Bag of water. So I wanna hail up my provider. I got some very good people out there. I take care of them, they take care of me, and that's I'm not soliciting anything.
But it's two-way stream.
But they do it out of their hearts. I don't ask them, you know, they just do it. I don't accept just anything, you know, not from everybody either. But you gotta be careful. I'm thankful, you know. But I got some good friends out there on the East Coast also. My good buddy, he calls a lot, you know. He calls in. He has a very big farming situation going on, I guess, and he brings coconuts and he brings something that you can't hardly find. He brings pigeon peas.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Be plenty in the 60s.
pigeon peas.
Pigeon peas.
He brought me a bag of pigeon peas,
Yes.
and I share with the staff, you know. And it was freshly picked and freshly shelled, right? You know what it's like to have a nice pigeon peas cook up with coconut milk?
All right, now you're talking. Now you're talking. I'm telling you.
Pigeon peas cook up. I picked some pigeon peas in St. Martin the other day.
Okay.
My friend was staying at a house, and the yard, all around it was pigeon peas.
Wow.
All around it, and they all had pigeon peas on it. So I walked in there, I said, that's wild peas or what? He said, no, man, no, that's real pigeon peas. There's so much of it, you know, and it was all just hanging. So I said, boy, why you got all these pigeon peas and you don't pick it? He said, that guy tired picking. It's like the more I pick, the more it bear. So we got out there in the morning. He said, you want to go walking? I says, man, we can go walking. We can go picking.
All right.
You know, and just think you're walking while you're picking.
Ah.
So we picked, and we picking and we talking, sharing ideas, discussing things and health ideas and all that. And when we were done, I had a whole bowl of freshly picked shelled pigeon peas.
Look at that. Wow.
Believe it or not. And we,
Did
you
you
know.
taste it raw?
Oh man,
Ah. All the alkaline, you know.
it was good. It was really good. It was really good. I still have some. Still have some in the refrigerator, in the freezer. So, you know, I don't want you to make an excuse anymore about producing for yourself. You know, you got ideas, you got the oil bottle that you use, you got the tin can that you're buying, you know, you got tires that you could put down, put the soil in the tires, right? And you can plant all sorts of things between there. You know, and the soil is not going to go anywhere. You got the gutters that you take off the house, you could use them to start the seedlings.
Yes.
You know, and then you transfer them.
Be that.
You know, there's nothing like feeding yourself. Because what you feed yourself with, for the most part, will be what you need to have in your body.
How you eat is how you are.
You know?
How you eat is who you are.
Yeah,
What you eat is what you are.
yeah,
That's right.
yeah.
Yes.
So, cancer
All right.
seems like it wants to devour our society. When I screen people today, if I screen 10, which is a lot in a day, 7 out of 10, between 6 and 7 out of 10 have cancer cells active. That's a serious number, and I'm not just saying it. You know, I'm taking notes. 6 to 7 out of 10 oncovirus active cancer cells. Why is that? Why is that? And the people don't even know what's happening. They don't know. You know, a lady said to me today, she said, Doc, why is it that when people are diagnosed with cancer, they die so rapidly, almost immediately? Like one person died in 3 weeks after she was diagnosed. Next one, 5 weeks after he was diagnosed. And we know it gets worse. So she was very serious about the question because she was one that had cancer cells. And I said, you know, it's a good question. Sometimes we have the symptoms And because we don't know what the symptoms are, we allow it to go on because we're told that these might be just gas pains or discharge is normal, or, you know, because, you know, you're told those things, you know, oh, it's gas, just take some tea or hot tea and whatever, and so. Whereas you may be having pancreatic cancer, serious cancer. You may have stomach cancer, you know, you have colon cancer. Something there that's telling you, look, you know what, get yourself checked. Get yourself screened. And the other thing is that when you go screening, and this is where the problem is, the parameters are set so high that many of them are not detected until they're stage 3 or stage 4. And when it gets to stage 3 and 4, it's almost over. You need a miracle. You know, I can guarantee you that in Guyana, right now, we need miracles all over. Because there are many persons walking around, maybe laying down, maybe he's listening to our voice right now, that can't move, that are sick because they're stricken with this dreaded disease called cancer. So 2 days ago, I went to bed. I was restless all day, working and restless. I don't know what happened. And I went to bed. This is no joke. I went to bed about maybe 8 o'clock. I don't go to bed that early. I said maybe when I sleep, it'll go away, you know. I'm laying there and 10 o'clock comes and I'm not sleeping. I started reading, you know. So maybe I'll get tired. Anyhow, I did get tired. I went off to sleep. 2 o'clock in the morning, I woke up. Guess what woke me up? Something down the road, some bar down the road, loud music at 2 o'clock in the morning.
That's illegal, isn't it?
I thought we had a law that said, you know, you need to stop those things after a certain time. Turn it down after midnight and cut it off. 2 o'clock in the morning, blaring noise. It probably started during the night when I was sleeping. Right? And this is not even, it's a residential area.
Okay. Where is it, living?
No, in Georgetown, right here in Georgetown, right in Kitty.
What?
And the police station is not far up the road.
Somebody say, what?
It's not far up the road. The laws are there, but no one enforces the laws, obviously.
So we got a law with no order?
No order, no order. No law, but no order. Anyhow, maybe it was, yeah, maybe it was designed that way, because this is what happened. When I got up, I was driven by a mind, by the spirit. I would say the spirit, to look at a certain document. So I'm looking for the document, I found it, and I'm looking at it. It forwarded me to another document. So I had to put on my computer to get that one. When I turned on the computer and I found the document on the computer, I was alarmed by a word that I never really thought of, right? It's a scientific word. So I looked at it, checked it out, and realized that this thing is a new development. It's a new development. Interstitum. So when I kept digging and looking, it's a new organ that was discovered in us.
What?
A new organ.
How you get there?
Well, we're going to get into that. We have to decode it.
That's what I'm asking.
Because this is the organ that they said, scientists are saying, holds the cells for cancer. The cancer cells are held in there. And when they're released from what we do to ourselves. You see, when we consume these chemical-laden foods, the toxicity excites the cells and releases them into our bodies. Because I'm wondering, if we have cancer cells in us, where are they stored?
Storage place.
Where are they hidden all these years, all our lives, until they're released by something? Well, I just found it. So that noise that occurred had to wake me up. It had to happen. There was something I knew. It had to wake me up that way so I can get into this thing. So there's a reason for everything, right? Now you know I'm gonna dig that. I'm gonna dig into that until I can't get any more. And there's another that's I'm gonna start decoding that.
Yes.
Right? But listen to what comes out of that. Out of that new organ came further information that tells us how to stop that.
Okay.
How to stop it. Right? You ever heard of hydrogen water?
Oh, yes, that's right.
Hydrogen water. That she talked about frozen water to stop the cells. Frozen water. But I'm yet to look to see how we're going to have this frozen water enter our system without harming us. Frozen water. But the hydrogen water doesn't have to be frozen. Hydrogen oxygenated water.
That's what it is.
Now remember in my dialogues with you all the time, we talk about the importance of oxygen.
Yes.
Without oxygen, we're not going to live. If you want to starve a cell, if you want to starve a cell, if you want to kill a cell or kill something, take the oxygen away from it. Okay? Cancer cells are cells that are destructive. They are organisms that are dead and destructible that become living organisms. So when you use oxygenated water or the hydrogen water, it actually forces those cells out of your system.
All right.
It actually destroys them.
There's a battle going on in there.
Oh man,
Serious battle.
it's a serious, it's a war. It's a, we say it's a, what was the word we used? No, we talked about, there's a crusade going on.
Serious crusade. You gotta be out of the closet to be part of that crusade, though.
You gotta come out of the closet.
You gotta come out of the closet.
Well, we are out of the closet a long time. So the hydrogen, or the hydrogenated water, protects the cells. You remember, because hydrogen and oxygen, the oxygenated environment, cancer can't really deal with that. That's life.
Okay, all right.
That's in the blood. So when you use the oxygenated water, it actually drives them out. Okay? So I made a few notes. You need the hydrogen to protect the cells. You need the oxygen for the blood.
Okay.
Because without oxygen in the blood, you ain't doing no good. And then you need antioxidants.
Ah, now you're talking.
To put
Antioxidant.
antioxidants
Come on, all
to
right.
protect your immune system,
Yes.
to be your defense
Yes, okay.
against a reoccurrence.
Yes. Yep.
Without your immune system, you're exposed.
True. That's true. That's true.
You see? So we've got to start thinking, number one, we need more oxygen.
That's right.
Number two, we have to look at the water that we're consuming to see if it has life in it.
Yes.
Does it have the life inside that I need to be ingesting inside of me to give me what I need to protect me? A lot of water out there is dead, you know.
And has lead,
Oh, don't even go there.
mercury.
Don't even go there.
All right.
When I screen people today,
All right.
9 out of 10, mercury, lead, cadmium,
Okay.
mycotoxins, serious destructive elements which contribute to the destruction of your cells,
Well, that's it.
that the good cells, that causes the bad cells to be activated. How do we stop that? How do we stop that? You've got to think about detoxification.
Yes. That's right.
You cannot remove the dirt until you cleanse.
All right.
I don't care what you do. If you sweep it, if you rub it, if you vacuum it, unless you empty that vacuum bag or canister,
All right.
that dirt's going to be in there.
That's right.
So in everything that we do, we've got to think that we've got to detoxify because you're exposed to toxic matter in the air, in your food, in your house, you know. And I'm warning you, stop spraying for mosquitoes. Because when you spray and you breathe that chemical, you don't know what you're breathing.
All right. That's the lungs up.
It's a combination of elements that are destructive in there, because if it's killing the mosquitoes, what is it doing to you?
The coils.
Oh, coils? The coils are like a snake.
You see that? Coiling around, that's what I call a coil. They're wrapped around.
It gets in that mosquito coil is one of the deadliest things that you can breathe. You know, it's banned in many countries.
And what? Rose oil?
Rosemary.
Rosemary, yes.
Rosemary and peppermint.
Peppermint, right? You spray that knock them out.
You know,
natural.
you buy rosemary or you grow it around your yard, and the mosquitoes are not going to, they're not going to like it. Mosquitoes don't like rosemary. They don't like eucalyptus.
No, eucalyptus for sure. Or neem.
They don't like neem. They don't like, there's another one. There's another one that grows, the big tree that you peel the bark. What's it called? We have it here.
Okay.
We have it here in the gardens. I see the tree in there. Is it eucalyptus? The big tall, the tall tree. Yeah, the eucalyptus. Yeah, same tree. We have the bark. I see it by the office of the president along there.
Yes, a lot of them there.
Eucalyptus trees. You know, do you ever notice that there are hardly any mosquitoes around there?
Around that area.
Let's check it. Check it.
Well, another thing too is the lily pods.
The lily pods.
Yeah, the pods that we kind of flower in it, they call it, right?
Hmm.
If you look at those water, no larvae.
You don't see any larvae.
There.
I don't know why. I don't know what's the
Because
significance.
The plant itself keeps them away. There's something that is an antitoxin from something within the plant itself. Doesn't make the mosquito come there to breed and leave larvae in there. You don't find that in there.
Interesting. I didn't know that one.
Oh yeah.
You see, so we have the elements that are necessary to protect us, but we don't realize it. We don't know it. Maybe we don't use it.
You're too busy shopping outside stuff, spraying the mosquito coils and all that.
Too busy looking for the easy way out.
And what's the hardest way?
The easy way out is the easy way out.
What's that?
Think about what I'm saying.
Say it again.
The easy way out is the easy way out.
Come on.
You don't wanna look for the easy way out.
That is so true.
You know, you want to look for the most sensible way out, to protect you, to protect your children, to protect your loved ones. You know, right? So we have a lot of work to do, and it's going to be a challenge because we're working against factors and all of that. And even though we're making strides, we are making strides, because I got the medicine that is designed to destroy cancer cells.
Wonderful. Good. Come on.
I have it. And it's not only designed for cancer, it's also designed for other diseases like cancer that are destructive.
All right.
So we have arsenal. We have more arsenal in our weaponry. We have more weaponry in our arsenal
Yes, because we're crusading.
because we were crusaders.
Yeah, we're crusaders.
Yeah, we're
right?
crusaders.
Yeah, we're ready.
We don't stop. We don't stop. We just keep going. And I'm saying to you, begin to play a role in protecting your own self. You know, not that you're going to become a doctor, but become your own healthcare professional.
Exactly.
You know, you begin the process of cleaning up your environment.
Yes.
I see they're doing a beautiful thing along the road now, which I spoke about many moons ago.
Okay. They heard you then.
They heard, but they're late in putting it out, but I guess better late than never. They're putting down in the drains now those plastic tubing. If you go down the road there,
Yes, yes.
I suggested that since Desmond Hoyt was in power,
Look at that.
that you put those exactly what they're doing now.
Right.
You have the manholes where you could go in and do things, but you put them down and cover the drains.
Right.
Because if you cover the drains, you're 50% ahead of the mosquitoes.
Of course.
And then you make sure that the persons who own property with all the bush clean the bush,
Right.
clean up the environment, and the mosquitoes will have no place to go. They have to keep running away into the bush. wherever they can find it. You know, and if you plant peppermint and eucalyptus and rosemary and all that, then they're going to die. Mosquitoes don't live long, you know, just hours, and they're gone. But they multiply so fast, right? Mosquitoes give us malaria. They give us chikungunya. And that's another one that I'm seeing lots of, chikungunya. You know, many persons don't even know they have chikungunya. It's called alpha virus. Mosquitoes. You see, and they get the pains in the chest and the joints, and they want to, but I don't have arthritis, so why am I having pains? Chikungunya. Mosquitoes. You see? So we're getting it from the mosquitoes, we're getting it from the farmers. Not all of them, but you know, most of them I would imagine are using chemicals because they probably don't know better or they don't have choices.
So
You
they
know?
say.
So it's being told.
So they're told,
Right? So we need labs
Yeah.
or industries to harness the properties from the eucalyptus,
Yes.
from the rosemary plants, so we can have
Documentary.
the sprays that are needed to destroy the worms and the pests that eats the plants naturally. You see? So there's solutions. There's solutions.
I've also learned that wood ants, the nest
Uh-huh.
that the wood ants use to make its nest, when you burn that, that's a better repellent than mosquito coil.
Now that's a new one. I
Yes,
didn't
it
know.
is. The nest itself, the wood ant's nest.
Yeah,
So remember they made that material with the silk and whatever they did to use. The nest itself.
the big hub.
Yes, the nest itself, or the one running on the wall. The
Yeah,
nest.
yeah.
The wood ant's right. The nest itself, you grab that off, put it together, you burn that. It's more healthier. There's no chemicals.
Right, right,
And
right.
it runs off the mosquitoes that run there. Wood ants.
Wood ants nest.
Nest.
I guess they're all here for a purpose, huh?
All for purpose.
But we don't know it.
You know, these things. Well,
We don't know it.
You gotta find out that you said, lab and new studies.
We need labs here. We need labs here that can, you know, dig into the necessary materials that are needed to replace the
The
chemicals.
chemicals. You ever kill a wood ants and smell how the scent of it?
Yeah, I did. I
Oh,
did.
I've taken wood ants, put them in coconut oil, and let them ferment. And then take that coconut, rub it in to test it, put ants in and come back to the ant jump off and want to bite me.
Oh,
Because
that's a
the scent of
repellent.
wood ants, repellent.
Natural repellent.
Natural repellent, wood ants.
So don't harness the wood ants now because
No, they're there, they harvest themselves.
you don't have to. They're there.
They're there, you just go
Every
after
post,
them.
every lantern
Yes,
post
yes,
have a
yes.
wood ants nest.
Fences, yeah, they love to get the fences, yeah.
So what kind of oil did you use to put it? The coconut oil?
Yeah, the coconut oil. I put them in, I take the ants and put them in the coconut. I was doing an experiment to find, let me check this out. And I did it, and the first thing I did, I went and tested it to some ants. I take some of them, drop in the ants, and the ants start running, some even start like going through the motions. I said, well, I got something here. What ants? Then I learned about the nest. Of what it meant. We got these natural things around us.
The wood ants develop Parkinson's disease.
For the ants. For the ants.
From its own ant.
For the ants. It's wood ants against ants. Ants against ants. Naturals.
Interesting.
You've never seen mosquito biting on wood ants.
It's true.
Mosquito go after the wood ants.
Now, something else that's happening is that that persons with pets, like dogs and cats, and maybe other pet cows and all that, the mosquitoes will bite them too.
Yes. Yes.
And the mosquito that bites them come and bite you,
Come on now.
and they transmit into
Come on.
you
Yes, viruses.
viruses
Yes,
and worms.
Worms, yes, that's so true.
Believe it or not,
Yeah.
the larva, worms.
Yeah.
Do the research.
Yeah.
Mosquitoes are serious contenders, you know. They're little. I mean, you can blow them away, but they're dangerous, very dangerous. You know, so we need to combat these unwanted pests by putting together,
Plagues in it, but can eat
yeah,
it.
put some labs together and have the labs specialize. We want you to focus on this and that. This the chemicals for the farmers are naturally. These here to take all the ants' nests and make something out of it. This one here, you know, whatever. All the teas, all the teas that we know. You know, like someone was asking me, "Doc, what kind of tea should I drink now?" Well, what about the teas that you used when you were younger?
All right.
You mean like sweet sage and sweet broom and yeah. You know, lemongrass, you know, daisy, right? What's the other one? There's a bitter one. Sweet broom. Yeah. Sweet broom. You know, those are all teas that serve a good purpose. And don't call them bush, they're herbs.
What word? Come on.
Not bush, herbs. Because those teas that we call bush are picked, exported, processed, packed, shipped right back here, and we buy them. And we pay an arm and a leg for them. And we have them in our backyards. You know? Folks, when God put us on the earth, He knew what He did and why He did it, and He provided everything we needed to survive on the earth.
Herbs is the healing of the nation, not bush. Herbs.
You know?
It's written, herbs, the healing of the nation.
He said the fruit shall be for meat,
Yes.
and the herbs for the healing of the nation.
Yes.
The fruit shall be for meat.
All right.
He didn't say the cow
Word. Come on.
or the hog. You know? Those serve a purpose. And the purpose is not to go into you. Really is not to go into you, into our bodies.
Word.
You see? So
Yeah, point.
we have to re-examine our lifestyles to see where we are going wrong.
You're already gone.
Well, we know we've gone wrong, but we need to examine what we've done
Yes.
to take us where we are
Yes. That's it.
and reset ourselves.
That's right.
Reprogram our minds
Yes.
that, look, if I'm doing this and I'm going to the grave faster,
All right. Put brakes on.
then I need to reverse what I'm doing to go the other way.
All right.
Because if you keep doing what you're doing there to go to the grave faster, you'll be there before you know it.
Word.
It's a serious thing.
Yes, yes, it is.
Because indeed, I keep saying it, when you look at television after certain hours, that announcement, it's like you're looking at a movie. And all these stars are showing up, you know. So many people, seems like hours of that announcement. And we don't even have 1 million people here. Maybe we will in a few days with the Venezuelans coming.
Yes.
Because if we allow them, we'll have 1 million Venezuelans here. You know. Anyhow, we have a health program to do, and we're on point.
You have somebody in the audience
And
who
we-
use rosemary and what? What do you use, ma'am? You said you used the rosemary and peppermint. What happened?
And you spray it on the mosquitoes and the flies and everything.
Gone.
Just go.
Look at that. Look at that.
But you said something else that you did with it.
And the plant.
Oh, and I sprayed it below the leaves and on the stem.
Uh-huh.
Huh?
And no blights or none of those white
Oh, the
stuff.
bugs, like mini bugs.
It is.
Wow.
And they-
Where did you get the rosemary and peppermint from?
I ordered it from you. Yes, I ordered from
Set himself up.
instead of using chemicals, use the peppermint oil and the rosemary, and I went straight ahead.
Mhm. So you bought it in the pharmacy?
Yes, and then I made my own thing. I put 1 bottle of the peppermint and 3 bottles of water.
Wow.
And I mixed it, and I mixed the same with the
Rosemary.
And I had it in the sport, and so I go around
And kill all the
house
blights.
and in the cupboards, and because
Wow.
it's simple.
And the scent is good too.
Yeah, very nice.
You know, clear up your bronchioles and all that too.
Then with that, I also I put in I got a bowl with some boiling water
Mhm.
on the dresser, put a couple drops of peppermint oil to
Look at that.
vaporize
Look at that.
Nice.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Creativity.
So,
Very good. Oh, we're getting some calls already. Should we take them and see? Good evening. Good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening to you. Welcome to our program.
Yes, Dr. Hain.
We have an audience here.
Yes, but what I called to tell you is that I'm not getting the benefit of the audience.
Oh,
We're
you're
not
not
hearing
hearing
them
them?
at this end.
Oh, you're not hearing the audience.
No, you need to repeat what they say so that we can get what they say.
Okay. All right, next, what we're going to do, we're going to have a mic.
Yes.
We're going to have a mic that's mounted.
That's right.
Okay, I appreciate that very much. Right. What the audience, what one of the persons was saying is that she uses the peppermint oil and rosemary to kill the fungus on the plants.
Okay.
She takes the peppermint oil and add water, one little bottle with how much water you put?
3 parts of water.
3 parts of water to one of the little bottles.
Okay.
And she put it in one of those spray bottles. She sprayed it on the plants and it killed all the fungus and it didn't destroy the plants.
Okay.
She used it for flies, for mosquitoes, right?
Roaches. Roach.
And she puts it in a bowl, and when she hots the water, she puts a few drops in the bowl, and the vapor from that helps to sanitize and deodorize in the area.
Okay. Okay.
Simple things that you can do to create, comfort and to not use chemicals.
Of course. Of course. And the gentleman was saying about the one who says he's come out of the closet, no?
Yeah.
Talking about the wood ants.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Thing to do with the wood ants. But I couldn't hear everything.
You didn't hear him.
No, I didn't hear it.
Okay, what he said, what he did was he took some wood ants and put them in a bottle with coconut oil, right, and allow it to ferment. He murdered the ants,
And I baptized.
right? Oh, he baptized the ants, he said. He baptized the ants with coconut oil. and
That's
then,
better.
and after a few days, or how many days he left it? About a week?
Yeah, about a week, 7 days.
About 7 days. He left it about 7 days.
Fermented.
And then he used the oil on his skin.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
For?
And it became
Test it.
it became a repellent.
For ants, and, yeah, to see if the ant's gonna bite me or not. in the
No
picture.
ants bit him, no mosquitoes wanted to touch him.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yes. And then he also said that he used the wood ant's nest.
Yes.
And what did you do with the wood ant's nest?
You get all, you scrape it out, put it together, and you light it, and when it kills the smoke, it runs in the
Right. Well, he lit a fire, don't do it in the house
I know.
unless you have some device that you can contain it. But he
he
put the wood ant's nest in something that those things you burn incense in, something like that.
Exactly.
And he lit it to fire. And the smoke from that
Yes.
became a repellent.
Yes.
Okay.
But that's a very good.
Right? So all those things that we see on those posts and all that on your house, the wood ants around your house,
Rub that.
make them do things to benefit you instead of destroying you. Right? You there?
Yes, thank you so much, Dr. Haynes.
You're certainly welcome. Appreciate you calling, all right?
Indeed.
Thank you. That's good knowledge and a very good suggestion. We get a mic soon and
Yes.
or
All right, we'll work on that.
we put it someplace so we can hear the audience. And then the persons who want to see the audience. Somebody sent me a text, says, we're hearing about the audience and we hear them clapping and so, but it'll be nice to at least show them halfway.
So, we're working on that.
We're working
But now
on that.
We're doing the voice.
We're testing,
voice.
and we're getting there. We're doing better than a lot of people. Good evening.
Evening.
Good evening. Welcome to our program.
Yeah. My daughter has hernia in the navel. I'm wondering if you have any natural remedy that I could use for that.
All right. Let me see if the audience is you're going to stay on the air?
Yeah.
Okay, audience, you have any suggestions? There's some old remedies for hernias. I remember seeing people.
Coconut oil and the gel. My grandmother did it to me.
What did your grandmother do?
What my grandmother did is, she took coconut oil, massaged my stomach.
You hearing that?
She used coconut oil.
Yeah,
she-
massage the
she
stomach.
Massaged the stomach.
Yeah.
Then she took a glass, and before she took the glass, she put a whole jill. Back in those days, we had the British
The big penny.
The big penny, the coin.
But you'll not find that now.
You're gonna find something kind of metal, whatever.
Hey,
And then she put it on my stomach, and then she put a candle, a burning candle on it, and then she take the glass and covered the fire,
Oh.
and the heat pulled the stomach up in the glass, and that's what took it out. Yes, the heat sucked it out.
Yeah, it's like a cup.
Like a cup, yeah.
Vacuum like.
Vacuum it, yes, that's what it did.
Somebody with experience will have to do that.
Well, the elderly folks did it back then. It was my grandmother did. We call her Momo because she's my mother.
Oh. Well, there are also medicines that are used to help to draw it back on the inside. To kind of take it, it's a protrusion from the weakness of the abdominal cavity and the penetration of the intestine. Yeah, so there are solutions that you can use besides surgery, but you'll have to use, maybe get a nanny or a granny to help with that one. And then of course...
I'm not from here, I'm from Jamaica, so I don't really know that.
Man, them Jamaica know what to do with that.
I'm in Guyana now.
What you talk about? Me know them Jamaica know what to do there.
Okay.
Anyway, how long are you going to be in Guyana?
I'm married here, so
You're here now living?
living here,
You live in the yard?
yeah.
Welcome. All right, well, what you can do, if you would like, you can check us at the clinic.
Yeah.
Or bring the person there, let us examine to see if it can be, the medicines can be used, if it's not very big. If not, then we'll find a way to get it done, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Why did you move to Guyana? What make you come here?
I found love here.
Oh, wow. Normally it's the other way around. You know the movie that they made, what's your name? Find a groove again? You come in, you find your groove.
Yeah.
No, wonderful. Well, welcome, okay?
Yeah,
Thanks for listening in.
Yeah.
She come here and she find the groove.
Guyana.
Come to
Guyana's a groovy place, you know.
It is.
Yeah, Guyana's a groovy place. A lot of space to move.
A lot of grooving space.
Yes.
Yeah, it's it's larger than Jamaica by far, many times. So. Good evening.
Good evening to the panel and you.
Welcome to our
I
program.
like the topics and so on. They got a lot of solutions to these problems with these pesticides. And so my brother brought a book from England. I grew up a lot of years in Rupununi, and they had, well, this problem with what they call druggers is not a problem.
Yeah, the ants, yeah.
So the people had to have their own solutions in those days.
Right.
And one of the solutions is very close to what one of your persons in the panel said about the ants. What they did, catch a bundle of these druggers, and they roasted them, and then they pound them up into powder, and they sprinkled them around the nest. And what happened is, like, when the druggers came out and they said, oh God, somebody kill our brothers. That's a good place to stick around. Lots of good old remedies, but it's just what you were saying just now, the easy way out.
The easy way out, yeah. The easy way out is the easy way out.
Not good, because I went to Brazil with some Guyanese government officials, and I asked a doctor who was in the group, what's going on with this, they have these plantations of soya, acres and acres, and it's level. So I said, is there any repercussion with this? Because no plants, like trees to hold the roots, and so he said, it's so many repercussions, you don't even want to tell us. Now, when you put the pesticides, excessive pesticides now is going to wash into the creeks, we drink in it, and also the things to let the plants grow, they're going to wash back into the rivers too, and the creeks. Must get side effects of that. And then when you don't take care of it and you don't put fertilizers, the land turns like a desert, he says. So these things we got to think about.
Yeah, that's right.
Very good point. And I know where he's talking about. The vast areas where there's like nothing, like desert.
Desert, yeah. They cut down all the trees. They cut all the trees.
No, I know what he's talking about. You know, so we need to
But that makes sense though with the druggers. I like that.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
When
Because
everybody says
druggers
something,
like
roast
sand.
turkey, I want that
And
roast
we
turkey.
have them at Linden, plentiful.
Plenty of living, yeah.
Good evening.
Good evening, Dr.
Good evening to you.
I just caught a bit of talk about the cancer cells. I mentioned some water. What is it? Hydrogen.
Hydrogen water.
Where do you get that?
Well, Where do you get that? It's very difficult at this time to find it. But it's not really difficult. But I'm going to get some information so that you can get your hydrogen water yourself.
Yes, sir.
Soon I'm going to get that done.
Beautiful.
I'm working on it so that the ordinary person can have the hydrogen water accessible to them. Right? That is my duty. I'm going to get it to you soon. Right here in the ear, you're going to hear that.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, I plan to do that. I don't know why I do these things, but I guess it's like I have to.
It's your calling. What do you mean why?
You know,
It's your calling.
I just like
It's your
to
ministry.
give people information.
That's right.
I just love to do
Physician,
it.
heal thyself.
And
Heal
I'm
the
going to make sure that within a few programs,
Mhm.
I'm going to have answers
Yes.
that the ordinary person can
That's
use
it.
solutions to save themselves from the demise of cancer. Good evening.
Hello?
Yes, you want to our program with a live audience.
I was thinking about the hydrogen water. How about if you purchase the hydrogen capsules? Most of it is sold maybe on Amazon and put them in the water.
Well, that's one way, but everybody doesn't have access to Amazon and the money and all of that. So that's one way it can be done. But we're looking for ways that the average person who is not, in a financial position.
I understand totally.
Yeah. So we're trying to get that done. So you can help us, and then maybe you can forward the information, and then we put it out there. How was that?
Very much.
Thank you very much, okay? Appreciate it. That's a good suggestion. Amazon sells the capsules. Buy the capsules. By the way, this is golden apple, sweet golden apple from my backyard.
All right, okay. You're going to turn it this way because you're promoting that.
Good evening.
Then, doctor,
Sideways.
Good evening, yes.
but by you on Tuesday, you told me that my immune system is weak. So I want to know if I could use this, what name? Vitabiotic immune system.
Vitabiotic.
Yeah, could I use that?
Well, it should be able to help. It should. It should be able to help. And then you can also use pomegranate
Okay.
from right in your backyard, maybe, or somebody's, because we throw away a lot of pomegranates here. You could use that. You could use, as cherries, the nice fat cherries. They help. Right? Fruits help to build your immune system. Fruits, not the sour ones. Right?
So it won't do nothing. It won't do nothing to the thyroid that I'm taking treatment.
No, it wouldn't harm it. No. It wouldn't harm the treatment for your thyroid. No. It will enhance it.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Good evening.
Good evening, Dr. Ian.
Good evening to you.
Thanks for the panel.
Thank you. It's not really a panel, it's an audience.
Yes, okay.
If it was a panel, you would see them sitting right around me.
That's right.
But that's okay.
I just called to tell you, like simple nail bore.
Uh-huh.
If you have a nail bore, you know the cockroach, the white thing inside the cockroach?
Me know the white thing, but I see white thing come out of them. When you mash them, you see white thing come out. Yeah.
The guts on the cockroach,
Right,
you just
yeah.
open it and throw it. The next day you walk and it's solid, it dry up.
So what you do with that? You put that
With
white.
the nail bore, the hole, and you throw it in.
You open the hole.
Yeah, you open it a bit and throw how much could go in like or so, right?
Really?
And next day you walk and it's like you don't have a nail bore.
You kidding me?
Yes,
The cockroach.
the guts for nail bore.
Actually,
I hope everybody heard that. The cockroach got. So you don't need tetanus.
No, it's good and it's dry up, dry.
You actually do that yourself.
Yes, and I want to ask you a question about the what's passion fruit good for?
Well, I really don't suggest or recommend it because it's very acid.
Okay.
There's some that are sweet,
Uh-huh.
like sumutu, right? Sumutu sweet. That's a passion fruit family.
Yeah.
But the passion fruit itself is very acid.
Okay.
So I don't really recommend it, but I know it's got to be good for something. If the fruit isn't good for something, I believe the leaves might be.
or the root.
The lemon have no side effect.
No, yes, it has. It has positive side effects and negative side effects.
Okay.
The negative side effects is that it thins your blood.
Uh-huh.
It can reduce your blood pressure.
Okay.
The positive side effects are it will alkalize your blood. It will bring down blood pressure.
Okay. No,
And it's good for- it's
I
also
hear
good-
a lot of guys say that lemon does kill nature and everything.
Nah, man.
Okay.
Nah, it kills what kills your nature.
Oh, good.
Any other questions?
No, enjoy the night. It's okay.
Appreciate your suggestion, okay, and your recommendation. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Do we have a question in the audience? Is there a question? Because we only have 2 minutes already.
You gotta stand up, you gotta come. You think we have to be tweaking here in the microphone. You're gonna be on camera, but you'll be safe.
Yeah,
It's
come
a
to the
safe
side.
zone. Come to the side. It's a safe zone. It's right here.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
Dr. Hayes, I
right?
want to ask you, when you have the sickle cell crisis, what causes the pain?
What causes the pain? You think about it. When you have when you're in crisis, you're deficient. You become deficient, and your oxygen is less, so you're gonna have more pain. Okay, your actual immune system is depleted. It's pretty much depleted, so you're gonna have more pain. You see, so what you've got to do is work on your immune system.
Yes, that's true. Yep.
And infuse more oxygen in your blood. You know, of course, you have to maintain a diet, right? You have to eat the right foods and so on. But we're gonna crack the sickle cell code.
Cool. Yep. All right.
We're gonna crack it. You know, we don't have a lot of cases here. We don't have a lot, but we have, and it's one that we have to work on. All right. So you keep that in mind. We're going to get it done right here. Okay? I'll make a note of that. Thank you for your question. Is there any other question in the audience? No? What I would suggest a sickler do is to ensure that the nutrients are balanced. Make sure that you're eating foods that are nutritionally fed or loaded, and ensure that you're getting your vitamins. All of your vitamins, all of your Bs, B12, folic acid, all those. Okay?
You can call to be guest of the show 693-3388.
693-3388. If you're interested in coming on our show, 693-3388. You make a reservation, and you most likely will not be refused unless we have too many numbers. And we'd be happy to have you if you have a question. We're not ready yet for persons who are sick, because we're going to get there soon, where we can, actually request that you come with certain conditions. And Dr. Tatiana is going to be here again next month. And she's learning her English. She's working on her English. And when Dr. Tatiana comes, she's my teacher actually. We're going to have some other things, good things happening. All right. So if there are no other questions, we're going to take one more call. Good evening.
That's very good. I'm looking at you all the time. Wonder if you're going to allow me to get in on this call. Here's something. I just adding to what this person said concerning the double ant. What you do, you take the coconut, not peel. You take some coconut that you grate.
The coconut husk.
Not the husk, the entire coconut. Sorry. I'm putting it over. You grate the coconut, and then you take some of that and put it by the hole where these ants go down, where they have the nest below.
You don't wash it out.
No, you don't wash it at all. You just put it there, and they will set all down in the hole. And then when they fetch it down there, next thing you know, they come running out of the hole like a day or so after, because the coconut produces a gas.
Oh.
Gas gets rid of them, kill them out.
Look at that.
So you can see them running out the hole and stretching back the thing out and all such like, right? So that's just an addition to what somebody said before.
Look at that. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. That is interesting. Coconut.
Just grate it and put it down there.
I talked about the pig and the coconut. The pigs love water coconut shells. That whole, we drink the coconut water and we take the jelly and we throw the other ones away. The pig eats that. Wow. Like you would not believe it. The whole thing. And when it's done, all you have is a husk left. All that white stuff that we throw away, that the pig eats that. So, I mean, it's got to be good for something.
Yeah, we know it's run the ants out.
I'm talking about the, you know what, right? But the ants, coconut also makes them run away like a bomb in there.
But this is good stuff. This is organic information we get in here.
It is.
Yeah.
It is, and you
And
cannot.
those chemicals?
You cannot, and you know, we're gonna have these recorded, so we'll make notes, and we'll probably put together something,
Got it.
you know, and present it to, you know. I didn't, you know, I knew that the coconut was used to kill ants, but I didn't know that you do it that way. You don't wash it out. You just put it in like that. I thought it was after you finished
Wash it, you
taking
take
the milk
and
out,
put it down there without-
because it didn't work. I tried it. It didn't work. Right,
The oil from the
but I washed it out, and the husk from the, you know, I just throw it there and think,
it worked.
and the ants were still, you know.
Only it wasn't-
But what he said made sense. When you don't wash it out, it has the natural organic chemical inside, and then if you put it down there, because there's no oxygen down there, right, it becomes gaseous, and is like a bomb, and they just run away. Interesting. All right, well,
What's
lessons.
the numbers again for them to call to be
693-3388.
Call, night, morning.
Call any hour or text.
Text.
Leave your name, a phone number, and you'll be you'll be contacted, and then you'll have a chance to be a part of our audience, live audience that we are growing.
Live audience.
And we want to thank you very much for coming. And one day we hope that you know, we can have a huge audience.
Yes, we will. We get in there.
And we have, you know, doctors sitting down and
Oh, yeah.
just giving you all sorts of information and
Yes,
doing some nice things. Why can't it happen here?
It will.
All right? Thank you very much for participating and for coming out, giving us your time and your questions and your support. I want to thank you also, my brother,
You're so welcome.
and my operator. I want to give her
Thanks.
and wish all of you out there who are celebrating Valentine's Day a wonderful, pleasant, happy, safe Valentine. Dr. Ain saying good night. God bless you. See you next
Looking
time.
for a
Shalom.
place for the whole family? Come down to the Toucan Mall in Amelia's Ward, Linden. It's the mall that has it all. We have great food, a relaxing atmosphere, and activities for all ages. Tennis, swimming, and a playground. But the fun doesn't stop after dark. There's even a bar and an arcade. And if you aren't ready to go home yet, we've even got a spacious room for your comfort, complete with air conditioning, Wi-Fi, and a private bathroom. The Toucan Mall can also facilitate your event in our spacious conference hall. We also have a theater with films for the entire family. It's the Toucan Mall located in Amelia's Ward, Linden.